you first got here, a lot of your time was spent as scout team quarterback, holder for kicks. How frustrating was it to wait your turn to get in on defense?
I mean, I just understood that was part of the process. You know, not everybody can come in here and be the man, you know, right off the start. So I just kind of kept working, you know, just focused on little things and do what my coaches were telling me, and I got my chance. So.
Did it ever get frustrating to the point of sort of giving up hope that you would earn your chance or earn your turn?
No, I mean, I just kept the faith. I knew working hard, eventually I'd get that shot. So that's what I was waiting for.
During that waiting process, when you were working with the scout team offense and you're still going to DB meetings, what kind of feedback were you getting from Coach Odom or Coach Mason about the progress you were making?
Just a lot of little things. It's hard to name just one, most importantly, but just a lot of little things that, you know, just stay focused. Don't let the process bear you down. Just, you know, focus on little things, like I said.
How hard was it to learn the defense, learn your role in the defense while you're also learning opposing offenses so you can imitate them in practice each week as a quarterback?
I mean, that's why we have film every day. Watch a lot of film, and that's kind of where you get most of your mental reps on both sides of the ball. So, is your ability to do that, to learn opposing offenses and defenses, does that go back to the fact that you played a lot of different positions at was it Clark High School? Yes, sir. That
versatility in high school, does that carry over to your balance between playing defense and scout offense?
I would say so. Just seeing both sides of it definitely helps. Knowing, you know, where the routes are going to end up and what the quarterback's looking at.
Coach Mason said that one thing he likes about you is you not only know your job, but you know what each linebacker is supposed to do, what each defensive lineman has to do. Have you always been that guy who knows sort of everybody's role on the defense?
I mean, I think it's important to know what's going on, you know, because if you get a new guy in there that doesn't know exactly what he's doing, you can help him out, and it doesn't slow you down as a defense.
Last year, the secondary was kind of like a mash unit. You had a couple of guys go down with knee injuries. Brett Haynes went down with I guess it was concussion. What was it like when the coaches came to you and said, "All right, this week you're starting"?
I mean, that's what I was working for the first 3 years I was here. You know, I knew I was going to get my shot, and so I made the most of it, got myself ready for that game, and made the most of it.
You got the most attention you've gotten since you've been at SMU in Hawaii against Fresno State when you had the interception for the touchdown. Mm-hmm. Walk through that play. What did you see from the Fresno offense to set that up?
Well, I mean, it was towards the end of the game. We were up by a lot, and I knew they were going to obviously be throwing the ball, and we just had good pressure up the middle and kind of pushed Derek Carr to the outside, and I just saw him point across the field, and I knew something was up. So he kind of threw it late. Wasn't the best throw by him, but I made him pay for it, and it worked out. So
your touchdown against Fresno State allowed SMU to tie the all-time record for interceptions returned for touchdowns. Where does that rank in your mind on your list of accomplishments?
I mean, it's a great accomplishment because it's a team deal. You know, during the season, as we were getting more pick sixes, we knew we had a chance to go for that record, and that was definitely a motivation going through the season, and luckily it paid off. So
when you look at the defense this spring, you lose all three starting defensive linemen, or four if you count Spike, who was in the rotation so much. Mm-hmm. You lose three starting linebackers, a couple of defensive backs. So a lot of people have the perception this defense is going to drop off this year. Is that a fair assessment, or what do you think of when you look at this year's defense?
Well, I mean, Coach Mason does a great job with his schemes, and just the way our defense works, I feel like you can throw anybody in there, and as long as they know what they're doing and they're going to the right gap and making the right reads and stuff, I feel like we can be successful with whoever we have in there. So,
when you look at guys who've gotten so much attention over the years, the Jagarrett Davis, Margus Hunt, Taylor Reed, guys like that, mm-hmm. Can your defense sneak up on people this year?
Oh, definitely. I think so. I mean, we may not have the huge headliner guys like that, but I feel like we have some guys that can stand out and fill those shoes and be big for us.